Hey everybody, this is me, Tisha Lady. I am here live with you on Facebook Live, going through a lovely app called Be Live TV. And we are here to talk about the top nine myths about using a travel agent. I'm going to debunk some of the top ones that I've seen. Please excuse my eyes being a little bit red. As some of you may know, I was outside in the park, and let's just say my allergies kicked in a little bit, so my eyes are a little red. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep going. Now when you jump on here, and let me know, go ahead and give me your city, your state, and if you're one of my international people, please go ahead and let me know what international place you are. Please, this is open to anybody and everybody who wants to learn. So feel free to go ahead and tag other people, turn this into a watch party, because you know what? This is probably a lot of things that a lot of people have been thinking about, talking about, but not know if this is actually true. So, we're just going to go ahead and get started. And most people, when they think about travel agents, they think about somebody sitting at a desk, somebody sitting in a retail office, somebody who is an older lady, let's just say, and just working on, doing phone calls and having an old DOS system, working on the travel agency. And that's not true. I've had people ask me, what kind of systems will I have to learn? And they're very surprised to find out that, we don't really use the old school systems anymore. Everything is basically internet now. Everything is kind of web based, and we can work this business basically anywhere we want to work it from. So it's no more of just giving paper itineraries and paper tickets and doing things the old school way or the traditional way of what we may have been used to. Many travelers out there have a preconceived notion of what travel agents are and what travel agents do. But you know what? We're going to talk about some of the nine myths, because I think nine is a good number for tonight. First one is, people think that because we're travel agents, or anyone who is a travel agent, that they make a salary whether they book with us or not, and that's not necessarily true. We are commission only. Now, that means that if you don't book with us and actually travel, we don't actually earn any income from the supplier at all. So basically, if you book a cruise and you don't travel until say October of this year, I don't get paid for at least another couple of months afterwards. And that's pretty typical for most travel agents out there. They don't get paid until after the person has actually traveled. And a lot of people get upset because I've talked to different people in the industry, and what they see is the fact that they spend all this time to put together this dream itinerary for you, and then they give it to them, and then you book on your own thinking, oh, well, you supported your travel professional, and you really didn't. You just used them for their time, and then you went and paid with somebody else. Now, even though we want to go out here and help you to book and create those dream vacations, we're just not a free search engine for you. Now, the next thing is that, and I hear this a lot from a lot of people, is that, you're going to pay more to use us, which is really not true. You don't pay any more because we actually get paid from the vendor. Most people don't understand that aspect and believe that, that if you book something for me, that part of that money is I'm going to up the price, or part of that money is basically going to go to me, which is partly true, because guess what? Every time you've booked anything with anyone, there's commission already rolled into it. The only difference is that you are giving a commission to that travel professional. So, like, for the example, for the cruise, which is what I'm going to use pretty often, because I love cruises. But when you are already booking a cruise it's by the cruise line, you pay exactly the same for the cruise, and possibly more if you book on your own. It works the same way with hotel rooms. I'm not going to charge you to spend all of 10 minutes to book a room at a Disney resort for you, because Disney pays me a percentage of what you would pay anyway. The only time that some agents might charge their clients a fee on top is if they have to spend many hours conducting very specialized, specific research and creating them really difficult itineraries. In those cases, some people may ask for a research fee, because you are going to be using up a considerable amount of time, and time is money in that world. Now, here's one I've even heard from my sister, that we're only good for booking huge and long vacations. That is so far from the truth. Do you know how long it takes me to book a hotel room? It's quick, it's easy. Once I have all the specific information that you need very quickly, and I have people that have texted me and saying needing hotels just for short weekend getaways, short 3-day trips, 4-day trips, because that by working with me, they're going to get some of the best deals. But my sister was like, I thought that because she went on a trip and I said, well, why didn't you book the hotel with me? She goes, oh, I only thought you did cruises in big groups. No, I help everybody. But you know what, though? If you book something like a short 3-night cruise on a budget, I can help you with that. Even one night in a bad hotel can be a nightmare, and using us can help prevent that, because you know what? There's things that you don't know that your travel professional may know, because a lot of us do extensive training and you never know. We or other guests may have traveled along to some of these destinations and can give you some insight on different things that, you should look out for, places and stuff like that. Now, myth number 4 out of 9 people, we travel for free. I wish that was true, but unfortunately, that's not the role of a travel professional. Now, yes, there really is a job where you can go out there and you travel from hotel to hotel around the world, and you don't pay for your stay, but you're employed by the hotel to be kind of an undercover secret shopper where your job is to critique. But that's not what we do. Now, we do earn travel agent discounts from several companies, and occasionally we get offers to apply for fam trips with cruise lines and resorts, but we still have to pay there, and they're very competitive with experience requirements. So it's not like I can just say, hey, I want to go to XYZ hotel and boom, I just get everything for free. I have to work for it. I have to earn it. I went on a trip where it was a contest and I was the only one selected from my agency for that particular one. And when I got to one of the hotels we were staying at, I received an upgrade. And I said, well, why did I receive an upgrade? They said, because of all the bookings that you have done with us and have scheduled to do with us over the next year. I said, oh, wow, thank you. That's great. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are looking to become an agent in the industry, basically because you're thinking that you're going to get either free or tons of discounted travel, it's not really true. And that's not the best reason to actually get started with any travel agency out there. Now, the next one is you're bothering us on off hours when you're ready to book. Now, for many of us, at least the ones that I know, we're not doing this business full time. And even some of the ones who are doing it full time don't keep normal 9 to 5 hours, because one of the beauties of when you're a home-based one, you literally could work from anywhere, any time of the day. For some people, they're never truly off duty. There are some people who have made bookings at midnight in their living rooms or at all hours from hotel rooms around the world while on vacation, their own vacation. And I've done that as well. And some people won't call or email a travel agent because they found a hot deal and think that if they don't book it on the spot, they'll lose it. First, not only can I probably get you the same deal, but I can tell you if it's a legitimate deal or if there's any hidden costs, exactly like using Groupon and Travelocity. There's a lot of hidden costs behind it that you as a consumer may not realize, because all you saw was 7-day stay for $399, but you also missed the fact that they have to pick your airlines. They're going to pick what time you leave. They're going to pick what time you leave the resort. Oh, and by the way, there's a timeshare presentation in there, but that's in that tiny, tiny fine print that you did not read because you just saw the numbers. And then if you're ready to book, unless I'm on a plane, using the bathroom, or in a meeting, I'm going to take your call and email you and book the deal regardless of the day at a time. And many travel professionals nowadays, you don't necessarily always have to literally call us to make the booking. A lot of us are using some very fancy technology nowadays that you can actually do everything through the email system and these programs. All you have to do is just literally text us and say, go ahead, charge the card. I sent the information, and we can go ahead and go and do it. Now, if I can't respond to you right away, I understand. It's your prerogative to do what you need to do, but at least try to reach out to your travel professional before you try to pull the trigger. And I know it can be sometimes a little bit antsy trying to get through to people and waiting, because when you find a good deal, we're excited. I know I'm excited, and it could just be a good deal at the supermarket and I get excited. Now, we are now at number 6 out of 9, everybody. Are we tracking? Are we doing good? So number 6 is, we can't possibly get you a better deal. We get it. You're a pro at comparison shopping for travel and know all the best discounted travel booking engines. There's no way we can offer those same limited time or exclusive rates or sales, right? Wrong. On our booking engines and with our supplies that we have, we see a lot of the same rates being offered, and we may see some that are not being offered. Now, the difference is that we know intimately all of the hidden costs, like the taxes, additional fees, required deposits, prepayment, cancellation, things like that. We know that some of these companies will cancel or modify your reservation with little or no notice, and they can do that with few options of recourse. I know of people who have booked with Airbnb because they didn't want to do a hotel or a villa or anything. They liked the idea of Airbnb. And 3 weeks before their trip, they were fully paid, and the owner decided to completely cancel, refund their money because they found somebody who was willing to pay more. And there was nothing that could be done at that point. Now, we know that, we're the first ones notified usually dozens of times per day, i.e. Cuba. I have so many emails from all my suppliers about Cuba, especially my cruise lines, what was going on from Facebook to social media. And I was keeping my people up to date on what's going on as well. But we get all these different emails about upcoming fare sales, discounts. We get notifications prior to it even going out to you. So sometimes I'll have a notification about a specific cruise sale before it's even put on the website. And I can start telling some of my top customers what's going on. And when you get with your travel agent and you develop a good relationship with them, I guarantee that they're going to go ahead and do that for you. But for example, if I know that you're interested in a cruise to Alaska, if I can notify you about a sale before it starts, so you could book as soon as the window opens to get a better choice of staterooms, better pricing, and so much more, wouldn't that be better? Now, there are instances when booking, especially when you're talking about air, where you can find a lower price. Just remember, though, you do get what you pay for. Now, we're on number 7 out of 9. We're almost done, people. I'm definitely not going to try to keep you here all night. Now, here's one of my favorites. If it doesn't sting when friends and family book without our help. So look, I don't usually advertise travel stuff on my social media page. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just all depends on what's going on. But I do have my own group. I have travel groups, and I also have a business page. But it's no secret that my friends and family know that I'm in the travel provision. I'm in the travel business. Geez, that was hard. Now, some people are posting photos from cruise and vacations and, hotel stays that they booked on their own and instead of with me. It's okay. I don't get upset anymore. When I first got started, I did get upset. But you know what? I don't get upset. So it doesn't sting when friends and family book with our help. It doesn't bother me. You had fun and you learned. Now, aside from the frustration that they could have benefited, from my experience and expertise, I do sometimes worry that they may have paid too much or, who would have supported them if something goes wrong? Because, if you don't book through a travel professional, whether it's me, your friends, your mom, your cousin, if you don't book with them, you can't really call us up and say, save me, because we're not on record and there's not much that we can do, and it's like during hurricane season or, tornado season and stuff like that, you always think, well, did you get travel insurance? And most people don't think about stuff like that, so we want to help you. It's not necessarily always about, trying to make that income, but this is our profession. You wouldn't go to a barbershop to go get your car fixed, would you? No. Now, one of the ones that I hear a lot is we're a dying breed. Now, I wouldn't say that we're a dying breed. I think that we're a new breed. I think most people are looking at the fact that the retail shops may not be as prevalent. Now, corporations still rely on the travel industry to do a lot of their corporate businesses, as well as the government. They still travel. Everyone is still traveling, but most people are thinking about the retail shops. Excuse me. Now, just because, it may seem like we're going away, and it's really not, because there's tons of articles that says we're not, corporations still rely on us for billions of dollars worth of business, travel arrangements for their employees and their clients. Luxury travelers definitely still use us because they want us to take care of all of their hassles and stuff like that. Because you know what? They don't want to do the work. They want someone to do it for them and just tell them when to leave and when to show up. And as we know, the baby boomer generation, they know the value of our expertise. And guess what? They're going to call us to, one, They want our expertise. 2, they don't want to do the work. And 3, they just want to pack and go. That's it. They don't want to do all the searching. Some of them are not really tech savvy. And, they rather somebody else do the work for them and just give them the information. And we know for my millennials and my zennials out there, they're specializing now in different travel niches. They've created different niches, in my opinion, from adventure to travel to food to yoga, so many different things out there. And, as agents, we have to adapt to that. But because we have so many different trends popping up, it's better to use a travel professional because we stay on top of that. Now, of course, not every travel agent out here does everything. You have a lot of them who specialize in romance travel. Some travel specialize in business based. Some travel in groups. Some do cruises. Some do family. Some do LGBTs. So we're not just stuck to doing just like anything and everything. We specialize in different things. So when you're looking for your travel professional, the one that's going to be there for you for all your trips, definitely get to know them. Have a conversation with us. Find out what you like, what we like to do, what level of service. And it's perfectly okay to shop around to find that travel agent, because once you get that perfect travel agent, guess what? You have just made a friend for life. This person is going to know everything about you to book your trips, and everything is just going to be so copacetic. It's my word of the night, copacetic, everybody. Now, myth number 9, you don't need us. You got this. I don't need you. What do I need a travel agent for? I can do it myself. I could do all the work myself. I could spend 2, 3, 4 weeks. I actually had someone said they spent 2 months to research a 2-week trip. I said, really? 2 months just to pick the hotel, because they wanted to make sure that they got the right deal. Now, with so many options for destinations and accommodations and transportations, taking a vacation can be more overwhelming than ever. People have so many places to go now, so many ways to go. It's just amazing how much that you can do. But this is what we do as travel professionals. This is what we know. This is what we breathe. This is what we eat. We are experts, not only in the industry, but in travel itself. Like I said earlier, some people specialize heavily in certain niches in the business. So if somebody comes to me literally and says, I have a destination wedding that needs to be booked, I don't specialize in that. But I have a business partner that does. So I will go ahead and send them to him so he can help them in everything that they need. Now, if we don't have the answer, we know where to look, or we know who to send you to, because this is what we're trained to do. Did you know that when monsoon season is in Asia, when half of Europe is closed for business during the summer holidays, how to avoid monster mosquito season in Alaska? We do. Some of us do. That's what you specialize in. How many of you know when is the best time to cruise? Everyone says, let's go sailing in the summer, but then you cry about because of all the kids. Guess what most families do when school gets out? They go on vacation. So if you're trying to stay away from kids and go on a cruise, don't go during the summer. Go when the kids are still in school. Or now you can go on Virgin Voyages, because that's the first adult-only cruise. Give you some information right there. Now, some people I would say, like, well, which cruise lines are good for seniors? Which one is good for wheelchair users? Which ones have the best kids programs? Who caters to the party crowd? We know. Don't waste your valuable time searching for travel options that we probably already have at our fingertips, and likely at no additional cost. Now, this is only 9, and I'm sure there are tons other different myths that you've heard or questions you may have about like why to use a travel agent. But these are some of the ones that I tend to hear a lot in the industry, and people talk about, and other agents have spoken to me about some of the things that they hear. Working with a travel professional for your vacation is great. Just like I said earlier, if your car is messing up, you don't take your car to the dentist and ask the dentist to fix your car. They don't know nothing about it. And you're not going to sit there and try to fix it, because you can watch as many YouTube videos as you want. Not everything can be figured out on YouTube. Sometimes you need a specialist. So why not go out there and find somebody who is in the profession, who's in that profession that you need help, who has that experience, who has traveled, who has that training, and has a passion for it. Now, if anyone has any questions, definitely go ahead and put the questions in the comment box. May not answer now, but I'll definitely come back and answer later. Please, if you found any value in what I shared with you today, I would love to see some likes and some comments about that. That I love seeing the hearts fly up and all of that stuff. That makes me feel all yummy inside. But I wanted to come out here and share some information. Now, what I want you to do lastly, before I bid you adieu for the evening, is I want you to make sure you go back to my Facebook business page, Tisha Spencer, and look at the poll for next week. Next Wednesday, we're gonna do either talking about marketing versus prospecting, as well as the option is to talk about how to fix your Facebook page so it can look a lot more professional than what it is, because some people's business pages are not very professional for if you're trying to market business off of it. So go take the vote. The voting is going to end on Sunday. Let me know what you want to do. Let me know how this was. Show me some likes, show me some loves, but have fun, and I'll see you on the beaches. Bye.